Okay, hello. I'm Rachel,
I'm Cricket.
I'm Shia.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Maddie.
and today we're going to be describing our food reviews that we did for this project. So, we're super excited to present this with you guys. We worked really hard on it, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Woo! And
Woo.
we have three
Okay.
categories.
So, we have three different categories that we decided to choose. Our first category are Syracuse University dining hall options. Which one did you choose?
I went to Sadler Dining Hall.
I went to Shaw.
I went to Brockway.
I went to Ernie Davis.
And I went to Graham. And then our next category that we chose was just in general Syracuse dining options, like fast food restaurants or whatever. I chose Popeyes.
I chose Purple Banana.
I chose Wishi.
I went to Panda. No, I went to Chipotle.
I went to Blue Monkey Cafe.
And then our third option that we decided to choose was Syracuse University dining dollar options. And I chose Otto's Juice Box.
I went to Page's Cafe.
I went to Life Science Cafe.
I went to Panda Express.
I went to Core Life.
And those are our three different categories, and we're going to be describing it to you. So the first one that we're going to go through with are the Syracuse University dining hall options and what your guys' thoughts were and reviews were on it. So, you want to start us off, Cricket?
Yeah.
Yes, Cricket.
Whoa.
Thank you.
All right, so I visited Sadler Dining Hall, which was awesome. Like I love Sadler just because I'm also a resident there, so it's really easy to be able to just pop down, get a little snack, and then just go right back up to my dorm. It's pretty accessible. The seating was great. The booths that are in the back though they're like, when you sit in them, they're really weird. So it's like the table's like here, so then you have to like, it's odd. But my friends and I, we love the tables that are in the middle because it fits all of us and we're able to have like a little family dinner.
What did you get when you went there?
Oh, so breakfast is like normally pretty consistent. Like it's the normal options with like bagels, eggs, hash browns, which is great. Like I love the consistency and the routine. But for lunch, I really enjoyed, I make my own burrito like bowl, which has like rice, beans, like chicken, pork carnitas. Like I usually switch off between those two. And I put like guacamole and lettuce and tomatoes. It's so good. I totally recommend.
Whenever I go to Sadler, I usually get a sandwich from the like deli section. I go for like a wrap with turkey, cheese, and sauce, and sometimes like bacon or peppers or whatever they have that day. It's usually pretty good. I am a resident at Brockway, but I say that Sadler is like worth the walk most of the time when it comes to like dinner options and like the variety that Sadler really has
There's
to
a lot
offer.
There's a lot of variety.
I also think one good thing about Sadler is their breakfast, because Ernie Davis just doesn't like serve breakfast past like 10 a.m. And I went to like Sadler like a little later in the day and they still had all their breakfast food out, and I just thought that was like a really
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually on the weekends they're like, it's like
until
9
3,
to
I
3,
think.
which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, Graham usually has their breakfast for
till 10.
till 10, really?
Yeah, and then 10 to 11 is the switch period.
Yeah,
But
And
there's
it's
still
just
lunch
lunch at
breakfast
11.
items there.
yeah.
Well, on the weekends, yes, because it's brunch.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
I don't know.
They're kind of
You want to figure out
they're,
the source?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So in doing my research for Sadler, I found a little source from Niche, the college search app on YouTube, and it was a review from Sadler from 2021.
So this is Sadler, and Sadler is super nice because it's super close to my dorm. I live in Lawrenson, so Sadler is like literally right next door, and I really like it because you always see someone you know, and it's a super quick option, and I love their deli section because you can make your own sandwich, and they also always have bacon at the deli section, which I love, and always a lot of good fruit like pineapple, mandarin oranges, watermelon, and all of that, so I really love Sadler.
So I pretty much agree with this review. I think it was great. It's super easy, especially if you live in Sadler and Lawrenson. I haven't tried the deli, so I think maybe I'll look into that. And then the one like big difference was, I think this was out of COVID, but there was a clip that showed them like the food service workers scooping the ice cream for them. But now we can scoop our own, which is great because then I can like mix the flavors. I can make a little like ice cream concoction. I love the ice cream station. It's worth it.
I will say at Ernie, that's the only place I've gone that has the workers scoop the ice cream for you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's
Not
like
really.
closed most of the time. They have it open at
Yeah.
really odd
What?
hours. Like they
I
had
get
it
ice
open
cream
at like
every
10
day.
o'clock, but not like 10 o'clock in the morning, but not like 8 o'clock at night.
But it is nice because I will say in Sadler, sometimes the ice cream gets hard to scoop, and then it's like you're
Yeah, sometimes
backing
you're
up
like,
a line
"Oh."
there.
Yeah, and they
So-
also they have good, like, they usually have like 6 to 8 flavors, and then there's flavors that are vegan, which I think is awesome. It's a great option.
My home dining hall is Brockway because I live in BBB, and I would say that like the options there are just like a lot more limited compared to Sadler. Like for lunch and stuff, they do usually have that burrito bowl option, but they don't have the same deli option that you have, and the food options are just generally like, I would say that Sadler usually has at least 3 different like stations, and I would say that at BBB there's like maybe like 1 or 2
Yeah.
any given day. But I also think the advantage to BBB over Sadler is that there's really never anyone there. Like I've
Yeah.
never seen it get nearly
Sadler
as
gets
crowded.
busy.
Sadler gets busy, and then Ernie Davis obviously gets so much busier, and like you can't even get a table there a lot. But I think that's one advantage of my dining hall for sure.
Yeah, we're about.
You can go.
I went to Shaw. I live in Day, so I usually go to Graham. But I went to Shaw and I did not like it. I didn't like the layout. I thought it was like the food layout. I thought it was really weird.
Yeah.
Instead of like a buffet, like a flow type of style, it was like, oh, go into this section if you want
Yeah.
like salad or fruits. Go into like this section if you want. You
It's a
know.
lot more closed.
Yeah. I didn't like the decorations. It was like really brown tone, and it looked really like not thought out, not like, oh, let's make this place look nice. There's a lot of seating options. I mean, the dining hall itself is pretty small, but I guess for ratio wise, there's a lot of seating options. They have a separate room for like just kosher foods.
Yeah.
They have a separate room just for like gluten-free
Yeah,
foods.
allergies.
I don't think too
So-
well with those.
Yeah, other dining halls, like they usually just have
Little station.
like a little
Yeah.
station
Mhm. We have a
for
little
instead of like a whole room for it,
Mhm.
which was nice. They don't have a bakery. Like I went to go eat and I wanted a cookie afterwards, and I go over to their bakery section and it was just like a bagel on the shelf. And then I was like, oh, they don't have a bakery section. But other than that, I would not go back. Also because it's a really far walk for me.
It's like not in your normal path.
It's not.
I think they all definitely have their advantages
Yeah.
and disadvantages, and it really
Yeah.
depends on like where
Yeah.
you live and what you're looking to eat that day, and like how far you're willing to walk.
Right.
If you're
you
eating
live
with a
in Shaw-
group, like
Mhm.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of factors that really.
And like time of day also,
Yeah.
because certain times, like especially Ernie, like during like the main times that people eat like 5 o'clock dinner, like it's packed. You
It's
can't
gone.
like get anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna do on-campus dining.
Dollars.
Dining dollar options. I went to the Life Science Cafe in the Life Science building. I've been there a couple of times just because I have lab there, so afterwards it's convenient for me to get food instead of like walking to like another dining hall. And because I have like class afterwards, so I don't have like that much time. But anyways, it's just like a regular cafe slash deli. You can kind of like make your own wraps or sandwiches, bagels. They have like already pre-made sandwiches that you can get. They have like beverages. They have lots of grab and go options, chips, and stuff like that. And they also have a drinks menu, so if you want like coffee or juices. I really like it, also because it's convenient for me. But I have been going back, and I will continue to go back. And yeah.
I did. I reviewed Core Life, and it was really about the experience for me because I woke up like 15 minutes before my class, and I didn't have breakfast, and I got to class, like slept through it basically. But then I was just really hungry and in need of something to sort of like wake me up and just like get me through the rest of the day. And so I went to Core Life and I got like a really healthy like steak bowl. I got like vegetables and like avocado and just all these really good ingredients. And like it was like the first meal I had that I was like, wow, this is like actually healthy. And I'm not just eating like healthy dining hall food. I'm eating like actually healthy. Like this is good for me. And it like literally made me feel refreshed. Which is something I can't say happens often for like from food. So it was definitely I'll definitely go again. The only thing is like with dining dollars you only get a limited amount, so you can't just spend them all at once. So you got to pace yourself, which is probably the biggest thing for all of us.
That's also very hard. I went to Panda Express also in Shine, and when I go to Shine I tend to alternate between those two, and I feel like they're both very great options. Like I don't have a Core Life at home, so that's like a very like new experience, and Panda Express is like very much the same as it is at home, but like that's one of the things I love about Panda Express is like how consistent it is, and like I know what meal I'm getting before I even eat it. Like I don't even have to see it. I know exactly what I'm about to consume, which is good, and I guess could be bad for some people, but for me that's like a good thing. And yeah.
I went to Otto's Juice Box, so it's at the Barnes Center, and I grabbed it before I went to my classes. I got a mango cooler, I think it's called, and the size is pretty good. It tasted very mango-y, but it was too, like it wasn't thick enough. It wasn't like icy enough, which is how I like my smoothies.
Yeah.
But overall, for like, it was like, I forgot, like $6, I think.
Wow.
It was like pretty good, and like it's like I like having a little drink in class, so it was
I
like
agree.
the perfect
I haven't
thing
had a
to have.
smoothie since
I know,
got here.
I
I
need to
feel like
go.
I'll have to
Let's
go
get it.
there.
Yeah. I went to Paige's Cafe, which is in Bird Library, and it's not really super like walked upon because it's in a library, so it's like really only the people that are in there, like they don't have classes in Bird, so it's really just if you're going to study. But I really enjoyed it. I think that the wait was really fast. My drink came out really fast. I got an iced chai, and I'm a big chai tea fan, and they don't have it like in the dining hall.
Yeah.
Where it's like dining hall, if you were to get coffee,
They have it in Ernie.
they have chai in Ernie. Gotta go to Ernie. They don't have.
They have it in the Starbucks machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I have not. I don't touch those machines. I get nervous.
Yeah.
But it was like a 20-ounce iced chai. It was like $5, which is pretty good, honestly. And it tasted like just how I'd make it at home, which was great. And then I had my little drink to go do my studying after my PLTL for bio. But
Fun time.
yeah, it was overall the experience. I'll be back. Super nice. It was lovely.
Yeah.
I think that concludes our.
We have to put an outsider. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, wait. We can put it in. I have one. I'll just cut this into my part about Panda Express. I will say that I found a review on Business Insider from 2016, and I think that I can like consider this valid because of how I said it's consistent. I've been eating Panda Express since 2016, and I would say it's the same. They said that while Panda Express food is generally seen as more of a guilty pleasure than a staple item like a Chipotle burrito bowl, it's still my favorite fast food restaurant without a doubt. I don't know if I would call Panda Express my favorite fast food restaurant, but I would totally agree on the fact that like I can't eat Panda Express every day. Like maybe you could eat Core Life every day, like if you like balance it out and you eat the right things, but it's definitely more of a once every few weeks type of thing, which is good given the fact that it's using dining dollars, so you're not going to use all those dining dollars.
I think overall, like with our dining dollar locations on campus, I think they're really good options, and they're really spread throughout the campus too. Like they're kind of at all little
the buildings.
Yeah, they're all at different buildings, and I think we're really fortunate to be able to have like $330 of like basically like free food,
Like each
which is
semester.
which is great.
Yeah.
Just to give that consistency a little bit different from like our dining hall locations.
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
We're back.
So now the category we will be reviewing is off-campus dining, and so I went to Blue Monkey Cafe, which is it's like a sushi / like Japanese restaurant. It's on Marshall Street, and I personally loved it so much. The day I went, I was having a sushi craving, so I made all my friends like come with me. We got seated right away, even though I was with a group of 7. They just like sat us right down. They immediately like got us water. We ordered very quickly and the food came out very fast. It was a very beautiful restaurant. So I ordered the sushi, just a California roll. I'm a little basic when it comes to sushi, but so it's not necessarily a difficult order to make. Then I also just got plain ramen because that was the cheapest option and we're on a budget. So the sushi was amazing. It tasted really good. All the like ingredients blend together nicely, which if you've had bad sushi, you know that is a problem that can occur. So I also had ramen with miso broth, and it was just ramen and noodles because it was very cheap. It was like $5 if you didn't add anything to it, and it tasted great, which is a difficult thing to do if it's just noodles and broth, but it was great. And this review got a lot more adventurous food than I did, but he also agrees that it was very good food. He got seated right away, and he has a lot of pictures of food, like we're showing it right now. It was, for him, the food was a little bit of a wait, but he really enjoyed it. He gave it 4.2 stars. And yeah, I would also give it a very high rating. I would definitely go again. I already went. I've been twice. It's a close walk, and it's a very easy place to go. But you can also like still dress up a little, but you don't have to if you just like want to have a good night with your friends. And yeah.
That like couldn't be further from my experience at Chipotle when I went. Like it was packed. The line was like all the way to the frickin' door, and like it is every day, and it takes so long, and the employees are like so horribly trained. So
I've never
maybe
really,
I'll have to try
I've
that
never
next
really
time.
ever had a good experience at Chipotle.
Well, the other fast food place that I went, is it on Marshall Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Popeyes on Marshall Street, and I didn't eat in there. I just grabbed it to go so that I could eat it at my dorm. And I went around 6 o'clock-ish, and it was packed. It wasn't even packed, it was just the fact that like everybody in line was waiting for their order until I got to the front of the line, and they were still waiting for their order, and I was like, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Anyways, I got myself a spicy chicken sandwich with extra pickles. I got Cajun fries, and I think I just got a water. Anyways, I was waiting in line for just like, I think maybe 10 minutes, and then I was waiting for my food for like another 20 minutes, and I couldn't really sit anywhere because there wasn't a lot of space. Everybody was just like crammed in there. But I got my food soon, and I took it back to my dorm, which is kind of like it's like a 20-minute walk back up because I live on the Mount, so I live in Flint. So it was like a 20-minute walk, and I expected like the sandwich to get a little soggy, the fries to get a little soggy, like who cares? But when I went back to my dorm, like the chicken was actually crispy, and I was so happy. The fries were mid. To describe it even more, the Cajun spices and flavoring was just not at a great level. It was just
Not spicy enough.
It was not spicy, there was no flavor, it just kind of was very potatoey and salty. But like they were just so soggy.
Really?
Yeah, like, and usually like Popeyes has pretty crispy fries, I feel like, but it was soggy. And my sandwich did not have extra pickles. They were thin and wrinkly and dry.
Like,
boo. That was very unfortunate for me. But overall, would I go again? Yeah,
Different time of the day.
If you're in a jam.
yeah, like
you need
the
some.
Graham Dining Hall does not do the crispy chicken sandwich as well. Like it's awful.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I find it hard that like any off-campus dining would be like worse. Like I feel like when you're switching it up from the dining hall,
It's
like
always gonna be
anything is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Not that the dining hall is awful. Like as we discussed, there's good options there. Sometimes
Consistent.
it's just
The same.
very
bored.
repetitive.
I haven't actually like eaten at Popeyes, but I was walking down Marshall Street with my friends, and it was the only place open. And so we went in there to use the bathroom, and we literally didn't stay because it was literally dirty in the bathroom. Like,
Really?
Wow.
yeah, there's like, can I say this in the video? There's literally like a diaper. There was a diaper on the floor of the bathroom at Popeyes, so like, wouldn't recommend the
Stay
bathroom,
away.
but if you need crispy chicken,
I actually have been in that bathroom, and I would say it was a pleasant experience personally.
It was.
When I was there, it was fine.
like
yeah.
late at night when I went.
Yeah, no, I went during the day when I came to like tour Syracuse with my dad.
So there's
and it
not
was
a lot
fun.
of good reviews for Popeyes.
Yeah,
basically.
it definitely depends.
But one of my outside ratings, and I quote, "This place is forever forgetting half of my order. Whether it's my drink, my dessert, my 1/2 gallon of beverage, every worker here is on autopilot. Every time I order, I'm done with deliveries from this location."
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about
I mean the
Chipotle,
chicken
too.
was good, but like, let's step it up.
Yeah, I think they could all do better. All of the locations honestly need here. I think they just like get away with it because college students are just willing to do that. But I do think that the surrounding restaurants could definitely step up their game a little.
And to conclude,
So I think that we all felt like very similar about the general categories as a whole. Like the dining halls are obviously a great option just because you have that unlimited plan that you're required to have as a freshman, and I think even maybe a sophomore too. And you can really swipe in and get anything you want at any of the dining halls. But there obviously is a huge variety within the dining halls, and like there's some that maybe in between classes you're going to go to Ernie, but for dinner you want to go to Rockaway because it's right next to your dorm, and there's just a lot of things to consider when you're deciding which dining hall you want to go to, and food is part of that, location's part of that, all of that. And then I think in terms of like our off-campus locations, we all kind of agree that like it's nice to get away from the dining halls, and so it's definitely worth it at times, but obviously it adds up as a college student. You don't want to be going there every few days because you will run out of money at some point. And then our dining dollar locations.
There's a good variety.
Yeah, there is around campus, and if you're willing to take that Uber, you can go downtown and get some even better options. It's just up to what you're willing to do with your time. And
money.
if you're not willing to do that, if you're not wanting to spend that money or go off campus, like you don't feel safe going off campus, you always have those dining dollar options that are in Shine or in the Life Science Complex, or even there's a cafe in Whitman. Like you can really go to so many, there's the BB Bistro, like there's so many places all across campus that you can go if you want like a chai latte or a smoothie or a Panda Express bowl or a Core Life bowl. Like there's just so many options that I think that if you don't want to go off campus, you really don't have to, and I think that's a great thing about this place.
Yay.
So, yeah.
Go Syracuse.
Those are our reviews.